Ever wonder how one person can leave such a massive footprint on television? Ryan Murphy, the mastermind behind countless shows, has a knack for captivating audiences, even when his projects take unexpected turns. Um, from groundbreaking musicals to chilling true crime dramas, uh, Murphy's career is a roller coaster of hits and misses. Uh, but how do all his shows stack up against each other? So let's dive in and explore the full spectrum of his creative output. And uh, Murphy's journey began with the quirky charm of in 1999, and he hasn't slowed down since. He's become renowned for bringing diverse stories to life, often featuring LGBTQ plus characters at the forefront. Uh, his shows aren't afraid to be bold, over the top, and uh, a little bit off kilter. Um, with over 20 series under his belt, Murphy's influence on modern television is undeniable. Coming as a spin-off of explores the franchise's universe in an anthology format. While the first season received mixed reviews, season two improved, and season three landed somewhere in between. It captures the spirit of its predecessor, but isn't burdened by long form storytelling. Sadly, it hasn't been renewed for a fourth season. Another anthology series examines pivotal moments in sports history, blending fact with drama. While insightful, it has faced criticism for sensationalizing tragedies. A recurring theme in Murphy's true crime portrayals. Despite this, it received decent reviews, earning a 70% on Rotten Tomatoes. Uh, However, a second season remains uncertain. Um, the Netflix series follows a couple stalked after moving into their dream home. And based on a true story, it had a creepy premise, but ultimately fell short. While the suspense and performances were strong, the execution lacked its usual flair. Tonal shifts and alterations to the true story made it intriguing, but ultimately unsatisfying. And Hulu's is arguably Murphy's worst reviewed show and his first regal drama, despite its camp and glamour. Uh, Critics slammed it for awkward pacing and Kim Kardashian's performance. However, it amassed a huge viewership, with many hate watching it. Streaming numbers trumped critics, and it was renewed for a second season. Sparked debate upon its release, and was shrouded in controversy. The Netflix anthology chronicles the crimes of notorious serial killers, starting with Dahmer, and attempts to explain their motivations. Uh, uh, Evan Peters' performance was praised, but the controversy only grew with subsequent seasons. By season three, Murphy had departed, and the series received critical panning. Um, Expanded Murphy's successful procedural franchise in 2025. This it is with a solid cast and a nod to country music. It's a treat for fans of the genre. However, it doesn't add anything new to the franchise, making it the weakest of the three shows. Um, when I moved my book, and they moved with the trumpation, the patient for kids that we moved, and then they were the sit the show centered on a high school glee club and focused on their quirky lives. The ambitious idea to produce a weekly musical TV series paid off, with many covers becoming hits. However, the quality dipped after a few seasons, and it wasn't without its problematic elements. A rare misfire failed to launch for NBC. While it featured LGBTQ plus characters, the writing was alienating. It was its deconstruction of class and privilege was half baked, and the characters weren't developed enough to become likable protagonists. Spun off from the original because of the original road of being emergency systems in a conservative setting. While it captured the spirit of its predecessor, the interpersonal drama wasn't as compelling. Nevertheless, it proved successful, concluding after 5 seasons in 2025. Was a lesser known Netflix project depicting the life of the iconic fashion designer. Ewan McGregor won an Emmy for his performance, but the series lacked depth and missed opportunities to explore Halston's place in the 1960s. So there you have it. A comprehensive look at Ryan Murphy's television empire, from the highs to the lows of It's Been a Wild Ride. And let's be honest, even his worst shows are still more interesting than most of what's on TV. It's like, what do you expect from a guy who once tried to make a musical about a high school glee club? With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.